Welcome to My Hometown, the program that explores clubs, organizations, businesses, and issues across Nassau and Suffolk counties and sheds light on the different towns that are making a difference.
And a great day to you, and welcome to another edition of My Hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm your host, Rita Monte, along with NCC student Zach Turkel. And our special guest today is Darren Dione Aquino. Darren Aquino is the CEO and founder of ADA. 30 years ago, he founded this nonprofit organization, and ADA stands for Advocates for the Disabled American, Veterans, Police, Firemen, and Families. He has been defending and advocating for the disabled ever since. But today our main topic is Darren's latest labor of love. That's what we're going to call it. His newly published book, The Seasons of Emma. The book is about a little girl who has special needs and struggles with her disabilities. Welcome, Mr. Aquino. How are you today?
I'm wonderful, Rita. I'm so happy to be back with you and share the book with your audience.
So happy to have you today. So we're going to go straight with our questions because we have many questions for you. And the first one is, if you could briefly explain to our listeners what ADA stands for.
It stands for, when I created it, being a person with a disability, at that time, the ADA wasn't in hand. It's Americans with Disabilities Act, which is now the national fundamental right, constitutional, under the ADA. To shorten it, they call it the Act. As I put it, the ADA, the whole name is so long, they can't make a template for it.
Yes, of course.
So I shortened it ADA Vets, but the whole name, the legal name, covers all groups that were not looked upon, like police, fire, and veterans. Civil servants, you thought they'd have that protection. They didn't, so that's why it was added. But it was founded originally ADA. The police, fire were added later.
And their families as well, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Right.
Okay, so we have Zach Turkel. He has a question. Go ahead.
Yes, Rita.
For Darren.
What prompted you to write The Seasons of Emma?
Oh, gosh. The disability and the controversy that we, as people of special needs, were looked upon as different members of society, like a different kind of humanity. We were the same. So the book shows that we're the same.
I really like that. It's a good concept, yeah.
Yes, it is. So Emma is a fictional character, but in reality, Emma's story is based on whose life, Darren?
Me. Emma is fictional for the purpose I wrote, but probably somewhere out there's an Emma just like me. But I used Emma fictionally so you wouldn't know it was me until the end.
Okay, that's very good. Zach?
Yeah. If The Seasons of Emma is based on your life story, Darren, what made you choose a little girl as a main character? Why didn't you want to choose a little boy?
Well, the perception in society is that as little boys are stronger and tougher and they can handle it, society chooses who can handle it and the extent or the value or the impact it has on a life. Knowing that, I chose a little girl, and because I was in school way before, back in the 60s, and a girl with a special need who had a prosthetic leg. My grade, in the schoolyard, her leg fell off.
Ooh.
And no, there wasn't a type of bullying then. Certain kids got bullied, but nobody bullied her, and my sister Stephanie was one of the girls. She was such a pretty little girl. And no tears, nothing. She was playing, and I guess the prostheses weren't made as well then. And I just saw the attention she got, and I figured a little girl would be a good opportunity to address and introduce the boys through it, which will come later in the stories as we go on.
Okay, this is a great book. I really had the opportunity to read it a few times, and I think it's a very important book. But Darren, let me ask you, what challenges did you face growing up with disability? Because you were affected by polio, correct?
Correct.
You had club feet.
Wow. Club foot, one club foot.
One club foot. And let me
and the rheumatic fever,
and the rheumatic fever.
And asthma.
So, polio injections, they were not, the immunization was not yet given.
Oh, no.
How old were you when they started the vaccine?
God, polio, the vaccine was already out. I was born in 1959. So that was already dealt with, yeah. So it was kind of strange, but the funny thing is, I wasn't diagnosed until 1986 when they did the corrective surgery on my good leg, which got deformed from experiments to try and equalize my legs. So that was one of the challenges. They ruined my other leg. And growing up, the challenges I faced was not so much the comments, but the exclusions to participate like every other kid. So I was determined, and some people perceived that as anger. It wasn't. I just was aggressively trying to participate to show that I had an ability. That was my challenge. Society wouldn't allow sympathy. I didn't want sympathy. I didn't want empathy. I wanted opportunity.
Yeah. So you were born this way.
Yes,
right?
I was.
Danny, you were born.
Yes, I was.
What age did you realize that there was a disability in a child's eyes and a child perception?
The word disability wasn't used. Or it was just different. The word was, or horrible names like crippled, or they never used disability. That came throughout the years in court decisions because of the challenges. I just looked at myself as different. So many thoughts. I spent lots of time. I had 17 surgeries. I spent a lot of time in hospital for special surgery, Blythedale, when these places were not known. But they were hospitals that were dealing with these types of disorders. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the disability. The end result, I'm grateful for the special need. It gave me a better awareness of nature and the wonders of God.
Yeah.
It's incredibly true. Darren, well, growing up, if bullying was addressed the way it is today, how would it have affected your life?
Okay, that guy can answer one answer. I'd be in prison today. But but truthfully, it wasn't as bad today. If it was like that then, it would have hindered all of us with special needs greater. This will prevent that. As we go on with Seasons of Emma, we're going to address those.
So you're saying bullying has probably gone worse over the past few decades? Especially with cyberbullying that's going on.
It's become violent. It used to just be a bunch of words, just like, kids are mean.
Right.
And they would just say mean things in your name, but they really didn't mean it. It was just their way from the struggle they were facing, to pick on somebody. But today, it's physical, it's intentional, it's willful, it's a crime.
Yeah, so and that's why it really needs to be.
That's why I said if it would have been then, I would have committed that crime. Defending myself.
I'm sure there were children that were very sympathetic, though, just as well, right? They were kind.
Yes, but you know what? Because I was very fortunate. I came from a family of 5 kids, then later 6, now 10, but our group, my siblings, we had a sister or a brother that in the same, like Rita, you'd have 4 brothers and sisters. One of us was at their age.
Yes.
And we had that in the neighborhood. So they were all afraid of my brother Dennis and Debbie. So there was no bullying, but every now and then to make you feel competitive, they'd call me Gimpy and give me that name, but not in a bad way.
Okay.
But they labeled it because you lacked understanding. Back then, we had all kinds of dysfunctional families.
That's what it is. Lack of understanding. Yeah. That's a good.
I just want to say this: there was anybody outside of that group bullied me. All of those friends of mine and my brothers and my sisters, that would have been dealt with.
You.
Oh yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. So today, there's no more unity. I hope the book brings back the unity to those bullies. And it will unite. As you see, you're going to see my life coming through this. But I want you to see it. Imagine how much more difficult it is for a girl. I do. Yeah. And that's why I made her a little girl.
Why do you think it's more difficult for a girl? Why?
Well, because she's a female. Not any because of the different things that we are able to do as male or female. You understand? Not that like any kind of sexist discrimination, but things that we are
physically,
physical,
well.
yeah, right. So and how important it feels to her because of that prosthetic leg. Imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine,
get emotional.
Right.
Yes.
Imagine what she was feeling.
Yes. Wow. So, where would you like the Seasons of Emma to go? How would you like the book to be, the exposure of the book? Where would you like it to be shown or read at? In schools, libraries, special education facilities, or just general public? Where?
I thought of that question as a few minutes before as we went over them, because they're always natural. We never. But you know where I'd like to see it? In every household, so that every home is ready to be compassionate, to be of assistance, to help, so that everyone is aware of the impact of the effect it has on the special needs person and how they can play a role and helping them show the disability within, that they are able, not disabled.
So you want this book to be like the Cat in the Hat that would, like every household would have.
That's right. Or the little train that could.
Yeah.
That was me. That was me, the little train that could.
Yeah.
And you can.
And I did.
Yeah.
And you did.
And you definitely did.
That's right. But my sisters and everybody, they played a role, and the friends. My mother used to say, every knock is a boost. I understand what that means.
Yeah.
And it boosted me every day. So sometimes I look forward to that knock to show them, oh yeah, I'll show you. And I did. Just ask the doctors. I'd come in with a broken cast all the time.
You broke it.
Broke it. It's like, don't walk on it. When I got it.
And you walked on it?
Oh, you betcha. I was challenged. My friends,
right.
I was 12. They were 14. There was a couple of age difference, and they would run, and so would I.
Wow. It's amazing. Darren, what age group are you aiming to educate with this book?
Mainly adults and teens. It's for the group of special needs. But it's to make those aware that have no special needs that their attitude needs to change. And everyone who has no one, but there are so many people that are charitable to organizations of special needs, and I think they should have it to have a better understanding and maybe make it part of their giveaway to like, hey, get a better understanding.
Yes.
I think so. This is going to be a guidebook. This is going to be a map.
Yes.
Of growth and what they can do to enhance and not deprive.
And Darren, where can we find more information about this book? Is there a website that we could look up? Where can we find some information about that?
Okay, well, the organization, right here you're getting the information, but the book, Seasons of Emma, is on Amazon. It's on all those, those computer websites. And you can always just Google my name, of course, which is the easiest thing, Darren Aquino. Google, and they'll show you images. It'll give you all the information about me. It's better than presenting a website, because if you want to know me, Google me. Darren Aquino or Darren Dione Aquino. D-A-R-R.
Dione.
That's right. D-A-R-R-E-N D-I-O-N-E-A-Q-U-I-N-O. And you'll find me. Images and everything.
Wow.
In your book, there are several references to snowflakes, nature, right?
Yeah.
Zach, we noticed that. What do the snowflakes represent?
Well, as we with special needs are part of nature, the beauty of a snowflake, that when you haven't gotten the time to look at it, when you have a special need, you look at the wonders of God and wonder why, first of all, I have this special need, and seeing the beauty of a snowflake when you catch one, crafted wonderfully and beautifully by God, and so are we.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful way to go into our break. We are going to take a short break from my hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Our guest today is Darren Aquino, advocate for the disabled and author of Seasons of Emma. So stay with us, and we'll be right back with Darren and Zach.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may